we put this thing back together in a way that we think gives us the best chance to have success.
With the start of the new season, talk about the zeal and the excitement for this upcoming season. I mean, it's a brand new start.
Yeah, and if you're not excited about it, then you should be doing something else. And I think our guys are excited about it, but I think they're excited for a legitimate reason, and that's because they've taken the players, the coaches, the staff, everybody's really taken ownership for where we were, where we went, and where we want to get. And the culture's different. The way they talk to each other is different. The things we're emphasizing are a little bit different. And our players have completely embraced it. And so that gives you a sense of enthusiasm. With that enthusiasm, though, there are concerns, and you can't ignore those concerns, and you have to work on addressing them all the time.
How tough is the Pac-12 coming into this?
It's tough. Yeah, there's no gimmies. We say that as a conference over and over. It's as competitive as you can get, and every team is capable of winning any game. But for us to legitimize it, outside of our conference, someone needs to go win a national championship here soon. And then when that happens, then I think more of the nation will stand up and take notice of just how competitive the Pac-12 is.
How's Devon looking now as a redshirt freshman?
Who?
This is Devon Lotster.
He had a good spring and he improved every day. He's a quiet kid who's kind of coming out of his shell a little bit, and that needs to happen at the quarterback position, at least on the field. He has mobility, and I think he improved as a thrower every practice. I thought in the spring game, and it was a spring game, so it's not a true evaluation, but it's about as true as you can get in the spring. I thought he did some really good things. I'm excited about him.
And he's your true number 2?
Well, no, there's competition with him and Matt and Austin, but coming out of spring, I guess if you put a depth chart up, and you put a gun to my head, Devon to be there, but that doesn't mean he will be a weekend. He's got to continue to compete and progress, because I'm not going to write any of those guys off. Matt and Austin are ultra competitive guys, ultra competitive.
And Josh is picking up where he left off and making progress?
Josh is doing really well. I've been asked the question a number of times if him being on his 3rd coordinator in 3 years, what effect that has on him, and I think it has a very positive effect. Josh loves to learn. He soaks up information. He just tell me more. I want to know why. I want to know how. I want to know when. So to go from a guy like Noel Mazzoni, who was, worked in abstract ways and was very knowledgeable, and kind of a low-key type of guy, poised, who gave Josh a sense of calm. And obviously Noel had great success here. I think Noel holds just about every offensive record in UCLA history. So he did some really good things. And then to go to Tui, because Tui was his position coach, who was a gritty, quarterback who was a Rose Bowl MVP and great leader, and he had to work his tail off all the time and played in the NFL. They had a great relationship. And now to Jed, who has tremendous pedigree and has been around some really great coaches and players, and very cerebral, and has been a coordinator at the NFL level. I think all this has really helped Josh. He's got just a great basis of learning, and last year was hard on Josh when he got hurt. I think it reset him a little bit emotionally and mentally as to the importance of football in his life. Things had come probably pretty easy to him, and now all of a sudden he didn't have it, and so a little bit of reset. And I've only seen positives because of it. So
that was his first major injury, wasn't it?
At UCLA, and I think he might have hurt his shoulder at Bosco, but I think it's the only injury that's ever kept him out of a significant amount of time.
What's it been like to see him? It's kind of been lower profile these last, I don't know how many months.
I love it. We really very much just want to let our actions, do the talking for us. You know, our kids have dedicated themselves to, our young men have dedicated themselves to working very hard and saying very little. And we eventually want to not be low profile, but we want it because of the right reasons, which means, you know, we're having success on the field. It doesn't do us any good to make predictions or be boastful or talk ourselves up when we're coming off a 4-8 season. We have a lot to prove. So we're just going to go to work every day and try to get better every day. And that's really the mindset of these guys. And they, like I said, they've adopted, they've owned it, embraced it, and they're living it.
You see, as a former player going to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, I don't know if you have personal interaction with Kenny Easley at all, but what is it like for
Oh, they talk about Morton Anderson? No, I talk to Kenny quite often, actually.
So what's it like for you to see him finally get to go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame after all these years?
It's awesome. You see, I have a relationship that goes back to Kenny. My dad coached at UCLA when I was a kid. Kenny was here. My brother, actually, Kenny gave him his jersey from his senior year. My littlest brother, Steven, who just sent it back to me about a month ago so I can get it signed by Kenny. We have an award that we give out every week called the Force 5 Award, and it's named after Kenny Easley. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen the F5 on our helmets that some guys wear, and the leather piece. Those are things that Kenny did. And so he's spoken to our team, and he signs a helmet for us every year. And then the Force 5 winner, you only get it after a win, so we didn't give any out last year. They get to sign the helmet in the game, and then we have them displayed. And Kenny, when he sent it a couple weeks ago, he said, "This is the very first thing I've ever signed that says College Football Hall of Fame and Pro Football Hall of Fame. So whoever gets the first one is significant." So I get pieces of advice from him all the time. I actually keep on my phone the very first email he sent me when I got the job. And I've known him since I was 12. So this is the I'm not even seeing it. Just two. No, they're not a bat phone. I got a philosophy I don't want to even talk about publicly because then people will run with it. But you see when this email was sent. Kenny Easley, 2/23/12. He's when he was welcoming me and he was telling me about the Force 5 and all. It's really awesome. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for Morton Anderson, who I coached in New Orleans, and then he finished his career in Atlanta, and I was there. And it's been great. Morton has developed a relationship with J.J. Molson and is kind of mentoring him now. And I think that'll really help J.J. So they've been talking a little bit lately, and kind of neat to see those guys have that happen in their lives.
In the spring, you had mentioned camp possibly not be open to the fans because this logistics are
You can't. There's no room.
Is that the way it's going to be this year?
Well, I mean, it has to be. There's nowhere to, when they put that building up, it took away viewing space. So there's nowhere to watch practice. I mean, it's impossible. It's a great problem because we have this beautiful new facility, but it's a tough problem because it limits people's access to us. But, I know this. Jed would tell me when at Michigan, they lived in the submarine. Media was allowed out for 10 minutes a day, and they never got to see anything of significance. They never got to come in the football facility, even in the practice bubble. And so fans had no access. At least, we have as much open access as we can have. So
that's for
no.
That's for public and media.
As of right now, there's nowhere for the media to be either. There's no space. That building took up any of the space that we've used in the past for fans or media. It's gone, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, and it's just part of the deal. So
you're replacing 4 starters on the defensive line.
People keep telling me that, and that's really not fact. Who are the 4?
Pac, Eddie, Dion, and
Dion wasn't a starter.
Dion didn't start last year? Okay.
Our starters last year were Jacob Tuyatu Mariner Matt Dickerson, Ely sometimes, and Boss other times in TAC. And 3 of those 4 are coming back.
Okay.
You wouldn't count Eddie as a starter last year?
Part-time. He didn't start all the time.
Anyway, talk a little bit about the defensive line.
8 guys. It's the strongest position on our team, depth-wise. I think we have 11.
Stronger than DB?
I think so, yeah. I think DB's second. We have 11 guys that can play. So
How was it being with TAC at draft day?
it was an unbelievable experience. I mean, you saw his reaction.
Oh yeah, well, we all
It was
did.
so pure. It was so amazing to be sitting there with him. I mean, it was awesome because you knew where he'd come from,
Oh yeah.
and you knew what he'd been through, and then carrying that picture of his grandmother and hearing his story, and then just that raw TAC emotion, and then sitting in the car with him. We were driving back to after the draft. He and I were in the car, and he'd be on his phone. He'd be like, "Oh my God, Matt Ryan just sent me a tweet. Oh my God, Julio Jones just followed me." And then he'd look at me and go, "I'm a first-round draft pick," or "I'm a swear word, I'm a first-round draft pick." And then he'd turn around and look at his phone, and he'd like get teary and talk about his, and it was just like, whoa, it was so cool. It was something.
But he still got that humble nature about him.
Oh, he's such a great kid. He's not going to change. He's been through too much to change. He has a firm grasp of who he is and how he became successful, and he's not going to let go of that. And he's just true to himself, and he's authentic, and he's awesome.
When he was at the spring showcase taking pictures like he was still on the team.
Yeah. Well, that's
I got a picture of him and my daughter.
Well, he likes to sit around and watch cartoons. That's what he likes to do, and he's proud of it. And he played with a torn rotator cuff all last year, and he wouldn't let anybody know. And he wouldn't take a practice off. He would, you try to take him out of a game. It was almost a fight to get him to come out. I mean, he's great. I'm so happy for him. So happy for him. I was getting nervous though, as we were getting late in the first round, and because the year before with Miles, it's like, oh, and TAC was giving me that eye, like, maybe it's you. Yeah, so we were all very happy when he got drafted.
Yeah, I get the feeling these boys are your boys. They're not
Yeah,
just
very
your
much so.
kids
Now-
on your team, they're your boys.
Yeah, because now they're the guys that we brought in as a staff, and through the years you figure out what it's all about being a college coach, and then having a son that's just graduated as a college athlete and one that's about to become a college athlete. It's just I'm sending across the country. You realize the importance and the trust you have to put in the coach. So it starts to make sense to you finally, or a little bit at least. So that's it.
Cool.
Awesome. Thanks everybody.
Thank you.
You guys have a great afternoon. Are you back tomorrow? Or are you done?